It's 10:15 on a busy Friday night in Leeds city centre. A call for help is coming through on the police radio.
Tango 35, we have Skoda Fabia in red.
Stephanie, trained and authorised in initial or technical phase pursuit, please.
Motorway cops Matt Hemingway and A.D. Brown are heading into the city when they get the message.
Yes, that's confirmed. Then we request helicopter as well as the team package.
Officers pursuing a stolen Skoda are requesting urgent help from cops trained in tactical pursuit and containment.
Tango 9-1, would you show us on this TPAC job, please?
Luckily, that's just what Matt and A.D. specialise in.
Come left, come left.
And now they're just seconds away from the pursuit.
We're in it, mate. We're right behind it.
As luck would have it, we weren't too far away. We want to get there and do what we're trained to do.
500, this vehicle may have front end damage. It collided shortly before the Romeo Tango unit got behind it.
The driver has already tried to take out one police car.
People will stop at nothing sometimes to get away. There may be desperate criminals behind the wheel of this stolen car.
Still in the ring road onto York Road, just past the speed camera at the near side.
The stolen car is heading towards the busy city centre. If it gets there, a chase through the streets will become far more dangerous.
Get out of the way, then.
The cops already have a plan.
Nice one.
His intentions there are to get 2 or 3 traffic cars involved and cause the car to stop or force it to stop.
It's going off. We're behind you, Kev.
I get really angry towards the drivers, especially on a dangerous pursuit. As part of my job, I have to try and catch you, and the way you're driving is putting me in danger.
So I'll come through up Slip Road.
As more units link up to join the chase, Matt and A.D. find themselves right behind the stolen red Skoda.
In final stages of a TPAC, things happen in a split second.
Another police car races in front,
3-2, Astra, move over.
and between them they try to box in the stolen car. But the driver escapes and keeps going.
Tango 9-1, there's contact with police vehicles. You see 2 vehicles. Stand by. He's lost it. Go, 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 go. Oh, no! Idiot. Get your arms behind your back.
The whole idea is to profit on the shock that's been caused by the collision that's ended it, really. I'm in shock, he's in shock. It's just I need to react quicker than he is. Firstly, to stop him driving away, and secondly, to stop him running away.
Other one, let go.
It was only once we had them both cuffed up and we were taking them back to the car that you take a step back and think, hang on a minute. You expect to be looking at a grown man, what you'd call your typical criminal, but it's just a couple of fresh-faced kids who look like rabbits caught in the headlights.
While the cops get to grips with the kids in the car, 60 miles away, another police unit are at work in another city. Hull is one of the most deprived areas in the country.
Every city has its own character, really. It has its own kind of trend in criminality. Hull, particularly, is all a lot of intravenous drug use, heroin, etc. A lot more cannabis coming up.
Tonight, PC's Mick Roth and Rob Jones are in the west of the city. They belong to a specialist cross-border unit policing Yorkshire and the Humber.
I work on the regional road crime team, which was set up a few years ago with a view to tackling more serious criminals or the higher level of criminality. I can't imagine a better job than doing what I do right now. I'm given the tools to do it, I'm given the authority to do it, and I'm given the training to do it. So, game on.
A passing car gets their attention.
Run this kid through. He comes up quite quickly behind us, and I thought, we'll just have a quick look. Nothing else was going on at the time. We weren't particularly busy. Why not?
Back office 36. There's a vehicle check, please, on Arthur Street.
Yeah, what's your details?
Thank you. Focus.
999 road activated. Arriving road activated.
Hey, buddy, come back here, car, you all right? Got your driving licence on you, mate?
Not on me, no.
What you stopped here for then? You visiting friends or something, or...?
No, I live there.
Oh, right, OK. He gave quite short answers when I was speaking to him. He clearly wasn't very happy about us being there. So he was just generally quite nervous and twitchy is the best word to describe him.
He's got previous rob for burglary, assault, drugs.
Is the Celtic car they shouldn't be, buddy?
No.
Right. Apparently, I've been told that you've some previous history involvement with drugs?
Yeah, years ago.
How many years is years?
Years ago.
Is it?
Yeah.
Right.
2001.
OK. I suspected there was something more to it. It was just a question of working out what that something was.
Just knock the interior lights on for us, pal, please.
Sorry?
Put interior lights on for us. Cheers, pal.
Because of how he was behaving, I wanted to dig a bit deeper. Just have a quick look in the car, pal. Make sure there's nothing there shouldn't be. Or on you. Right, no worries. Just so you know, pal.
Okay.
Was it you and the Vehicle and Search and the Misuse of Drugs Act? Just stand crack a door for us, mate. No sharps on you, is there?
No.
Not saying you're injecting out, but you might be a carpenter or something.
Yeah,
People tend to get...
mean.
Are you working at the minute?
No, I'm unemployed.
Right.
I've just been to cash machines to get my jar
No
out.
worries. Just keep your hands out of your pockets for us, please, buddy. It's all right.
That's just an empty bag.
Are you smoking it?
No.
I've searched him and we've found admittedly a tiny amount of cannabis in his pockets. Because of that bag, just want to make sure there's no on you shouldn't be, pal.
Okay.
As soon as we found that small amount of cannabis, that was our cue, that was our in, if you like, and almost like the lights had turned on. Great, now we've got some drugs, now we can get into this guy.
Yes, mate, come and assist if you don't mind.
Rob calls for backup while Mick continues to search the car.
There's a lot of sweet wrappers.
Even though they find nothing else, the man's nervous behaviour has left the cops believing there may be more to all this.
There's absolutely zero in it, it's just an empty bag.
It's just that, I appreciate that, mate. It's just them tiny bits that we need to sort out. And I appreciate it's tiny bits. The little bit of cannabis we've found and the fact we're so close to his home address made me think, well, this lad's clearly nervous because there's something in his house he doesn't want us to find. We've got to come and sit in yours while we do paperwork, mate. Save sending on the street.
People think you're a grasser and stuff if you're letting people in your houses around here.
To me, that excuse was just rubbish and designed to keep us out of his house, which makes me want to go in his house all the more. Is there something in the house?
No.
You're not growing cannabis plants in there, don't daft like that, no?
It's just be double happy with some ID, mate, as well.
Yeah.
I've just given him a bank card.
I know, but some photo ID for some house.
Okay.
Let's go and have a look at house.
Mick and Rob already have enough evidence to caution him for possession. And if they can persuade him to let them into his house, they believe they may find something more. Back in Leeds, PC's Matt Hemingway and AD Brown are still dealing with the two lads stopped in a stolen car just outside the city centre.
Yeah, we got involved in this. We are damaged, front, side and rear. We've got 2 112s.
The 80-mile-an-hour chase has left the stolen car and 3 police cars with thousands of pounds worth of damage. But at least the teenage lads seem okay.
You sure you're all right? You're not injured at all?
Just a bit shaken on.
Scary business, innit?
Yeah, I don't even know why I done it.
It soon unfolds without you knowing about it, really, doesn't it? He's just driving the way he's seen on TV or films or computer games or whatever. But when it's real life, there are consequences, and I think the whole incident had shocked him. He must have been scared out of his wits.
The teenager is just 16, too young to drive and too young to drink, but he still needs to be breathalyzed. He blows 0, but it's not the end of his problems.
Swap his cuffs over. Go on then, mate. Just hop out. It's a 61 plate scored. It's somebody's pride and joy. It's been stolen. You know, he's taken that decision to drive off and cause havoc and mayhem. So he's going to have a night in poker for his troubles and reflect on what's happened.
Both the teenage boys will be taken in for questioning.
Yeah, you're all right there, aren't you? Yeah.
It's not just the teenagers who are in trouble. Matt and Adi will have to justify the damage to their car.
He had a right good go.
Yeah, no. I tried to stop him with barriers, but and then obviously you come along.
I said, I'm just not going to be happy.
Damage to police cars alone, there was a bill for over £20,000. That's not to mention the car is stolen from somebody that is written off. It's a big incident.
When the cops are involved in a collision, it's not just the arrested who face some difficult questions.
Were you driving, Adi?
Yeah.
You injured?
No.
You been breath tested?
No.
All the police drivers involved in the pursuit have to provide a breath test.
Thank you.
I don't think I could have done anything different if I'd have stayed away and not wanted him to make contact with me. I'd have just got away and the pursuit would have gone on and on and on.
The stolen Skoda is taken away, but Matt and Adi have the challenge of getting their own car back to base.
Yeah, we're going to try and limp it back. All in a day's work.
Back in Hull, PC's Rob Jones and Mick Roth have persuaded the man found with a small amount of cannabis to take them to his house. And they're hoping to find out why he was reluctant to let them in.
As soon as we've walked through the front door, as I've looked to the left, there's a relatively large amount of cannabis on the table.
Are you giving us the right address?
Hang on.
Yeah.
Is the hotel St House? Seriously?
No.
I'm going to look round, all right.
Well, not really, no.
We'll do it formally then.
When you arrest him and you say, look, we're going to look around the rest of the house now, and he says, actually, I prefer you didn't. You know there's something else in it.
Now the man has been arrested, Mick and Rob have the power to search his house. But before they do, they want some answers.
Is there a grow?
Yes, there's a grow in the house.
Listen, sit down then.
Don't you down a second?
Look, don't get yourself upset. I'm walking up the stairs and already you're thinking inside, this is great, what am I going to get up here? He's made an admission, this is why I come to work, this is why I'm here to tackle these kind of people. Here we go. And you're kind of excited, is it behind this door, is it behind this door?
Happy days.
As you unzip it, the smell hits you, the light from the lamps hits you, the heat hits you, and you think, great result, absolutely great result.
All this because you pulled up at the side of the road.
Well,
yes, mate.
It's your bad day, mate, isn't it? It's unlucky.
It's a massive hall. I don't think you'd get very many more than 70, 80 plants in a small terraced house. So, to be fair to that chap, he's actually done quite well to squeeze as many in as he has.
Call that a result, pal, wouldn't you?
I would.
If the moment's right and the luck's on your side and you put yourself in the right place at the right time, it just pays off. It's all worth it. It is all worth it.
More cops are brought in to search the house, and as they discover more cannabis plants, they suspect they may have stumbled onto something bigger than they first thought. "48 miles away, on the A1 north of Pontefract, PC Debbie Collinson is working alone.
When you're single crewed, you know, you've got to think for yourself. You're operating your radio, you're driving, there's a lot of things going on. You do have to be on the ball and be thinking a little bit more.
We've got a report coming of an RTC on the A1 southbound. Vehicles are in live lanes. And there's reports of some injuries. How serious they are at this moment in time, I don't know.
The accident is at the start of the unlit motorway section of the A1. There's a danger that if any cars are blocking the lanes, they'll cause further accidents.
It might be that we have to put a lane 1 closure on.
When you get to an incident, you're sort of going through, you've got a little checklist in your head and you're ticking the boxes as you're going along.
You all right?
Yeah, fine. Just spoken with drivers.
Yeah.
There's an elderly gent who's just checking a bit of shock.
Right.
Female passenger from one vehicle, she just looks like she's a little bit of whiplash.
Right.
Tissue damage. About a minute, so just checking her over.
One car appears to have rammed the back of the other. Fortunately, they're both safely off the carriageway.
Are you a driver?
No,
a passenger?
No, passenger.
Passenger in which vehicle? In the Renault?
Yeah.
Right, no worries. Are you a driver of?
There were 4 people in that car, I was driving this car.
You were driving this car, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what's happened, did you?
I mean, I don't know, all of a sudden the car was in front of me.
Right.
He come straight up the back of her, spun her round, and we don't even know where he come from.
Right.
You know roughly what's happened, but you sometimes don't know why, and you'll never know why, because one driver will give one account and the other driver will give a completely different story.
Everyone has a different version of events, so it's up to Debbie to piece together the evidence.
Whatever's happened in carriageway, it appears that the front of the BMW has collided with the rear of the Scenic. There is a little bit of luck on the side that they have ended up off the carriageway. They all have been very, very lucky. If I were them, I'd be putting some lottery numbers on. At that location where it's pitch black, if those vehicles were in a live lane, I've got no doubt that there would have been probably another collision or some more vehicles involved that have, you know, come across, and we could have been dealing with fatalities.
We're just driving along as normal, and all of a sudden, bang, bang, and then he just spun with. The car behind, he just come from nowhere. And we were in the slow lane, I just couldn't believe what he'd done.
It's becoming clear no one is to blame, but what is certain is that they all had a narrow escape.
My brother-in-law, he stopped it from going up the embankment somehow. If I'd have went up the embankment, I was frightened in case we turned over, and it would have been a lot worse. But looky there, very lucky. Absolutely horrible.
While her colleague gets the BMW driver's side of the story, Debbie wants to talk to the family who were travelling in the car that was hit.
Only me, here, right? Can I come in?
By all means.
Hello. Right, who's driver?
They're still sort of getting to grips with what's going on, so when I got in the ambulance and started chatting to them, and we had a little bit of banter.
Do you want us to take him away?
I think it sort of sometimes helps people because it's, you know, it distracts them from what's happened.
Albert, the driver of the Renault, is uninjured but badly shaken.
It's totally the blue. Wasn't expecting it. No squeaky brakes, nothing. Just a big bang.
Bless him, he were in such shock. You know, he'd just been tootling along on the motorway, and then the next thing you know, bang, and he's spinning round and he ends up off the carriageway.
I just seen the headlights, cause they're coming the wrong way, and I thought we've had it, you know. Just not believe there's somebody up there looking after her.
Albert's passed a breath test, but Debbie checks with her colleague to see if the BMW driver may have been drinking.
Did he blow anything? Because they said he smelled a beer or...
Blown zero.
Zero he's blown.
I don't know whether, you know, the driver of the Renault's braked suddenly and the other car's gone into the back of him, or whether it's the BMW driver's not been concentrating or he's fallen asleep. Without any independent witnesses or CCTV, sometimes it is very difficult to know what's happened.
Everyone's free to leave. Albert and Shirley ride in the ambulance, while Debbie takes the rest of the family to meet them at a nearby service station.
I want a cup of tea and sort of relax.
You've got to ride in police car. Albert will be jealous.
Oh, Albert will, I'd be going mad now.
It's all about their welfare and their safety. At the end of the day, we've got a duty to care towards these people. They've been involved in an accident. You know, we can't just leave them at the side of the motorway.
Thank you very much for your help. That was smashing. Thank you. Thank you very much.
whilst they're still at the side of the motorway and everything's whizzing past them, it's obviously got bad memories and seeing the car and things. So as soon as you take them away and bring them here, you know, it's much better for them. Obviously, Shirley wanted to get a cup of tea, but who can blame her? A cup of tea can be a great healer with things like this, so yeah.
In Hull, Mick and Rob are still searching the house of the man who used one of his bedrooms as a cannabis farm. While his house is being turned upside down, he's decided to come clean about his drug habit.
I started it when I was 15. By the time I was 17, I was smoking it all day, every day. Couldn't get out of bed. Without it, couldn't function, couldn't speak to people. So you're smoking loads, not really feeling the effects of it. So you tend to grow in it. Can't afford to buy it at the prices it is these days.
But the cost of running a cannabis grow like this doesn't come cheap.
They sometimes bypass around the meter with wiring, so the meter doesn't read that there's a large amount of electricity being taken.
Again, not being disrespectful, mate, but do you pay for electric for plants, or is that bypass? You pay for that, do you? Right.
What's Lucky Bill like, mate? Because you're not bypassed it, have you?
It's expensive.
Yeah.
The man's claim to grow his own cannabis to save money doesn't seem to add up.
I think the recession's hit the country as a whole, and I think people are turning to other ways of extra income, if you like. Some people are doing other things, second jobs, and that kind of thing. This guy's second job is to grow cannabis and sell that.
Do you reckon there's about 50 deer upstairs?
She's all in order, she's fine.
Yeah.
But the man claims he doesn't sell it. He smokes everything he produces himself.
I smoke like an ounce of cannabis every 2 days. And if I don't get it, I go mad on the cigs. I have to smoke loads of cigs just to keep me steady. Just to keep me feeling like normal.
Those plants will make thousands and thousands and thousands of spliffs. It would take him years, no matter how hard he tries, to smoke the amount of cannabis that those plants will produce. So there is no way on God's green earth that he is simply growing cannabis for himself.
The man's cannabis farm will be shut down and all the plants removed and destroyed. He now faces serious drugs charges back at the station. But before being taken into custody, he has one last request.
I'll switch the plug off as you leave, though, to save the lackey. The electric bill's through the roof as it is.
It's 5 a.m, at the end of a long night shift for motorway cops Andy Bell and Pete Schofield. They're heading back to base in Wakefield when a final call comes in.
I've got a report of a ongoing burglary on Lupset Estate in Wakefield, which is just round the corner. So, a report of youths going up and down the driveway, emptying the garage. Is this it? Yeah, number 5.
If we can catch them in the act, then it's fantastic, because we've got them there and then, and they've not got much excuse as to why they're there and what they're doing.
It's only been a few minutes since the burglary was reported.
Yeah, 9-0, got a confirmed break here. The side door. You stand by. Have you seen them legged?
Yeah, one's on the back fence and one's on that road. I think that's probably that road.
2 young men have been seen leaving the garden.
One blue hoodie towards Townley Road and one over the rear fence out the sight of it.
Luckily, both Andy and Pete know this area well.
Sorry.
Without a bit of local knowledge, you're on a hiding to nothing in an estate like Lupset, because the kids who live there know it like the back of the hand.
He's going to come out back. He's going to come out in here somewhere.
They'll know the rat runs, they'll know the back alleys, they'll probably know, if they're out doing it regular, they'll know gardens that they can go over that'll get them out into certain areas where they think they can hide or get away.
I would imagine it straight down and behind us and over onto the playing field.
Onto the playing field.
Then, Andy spots someone.
Who's that? Who's that? Who's that?
There. He's dropped it. Go.
As Andy chases the man up the alleyway, Pete moves to head him off.
9-0, can I come in? We've got runners, we just put them out, they've just dropped a load of gear, they've gone off. Burn here, this one.
Yeah, Peter's gone out the rear. Round to your right it'll be.
You can come up against kids who are like Billy Whiz, we say, and they're off, and you see them 1 minute, and then by the time you've gone round the corner, they've disappeared into the darkness and you never catch them.
He's garden hopping in here.
But despite the age difference, Andy still fancies his chances.
When you see someone running and you see someone on their toes, you give yourself a fairly good chance of catching them if you keep yourself fairly fit.
Yeah, I've just got a sight of him again, just stand by.
As Pete tries to keep up with Andy, he spots a second suspected burglar.
Burn here, this one.
Who's stopped and searched.
Am I on? Yeah, mate, I'm on TV.
Now, with one man still on the run and Andy hot on his tail, Pete directs his newly arrived colleagues to help in the search.
Yeah, I put my mate out. He's gone behind number 2 Hall Road. They've dropped a load of gears they were running. Hey? No, they're just one who came living across here, but they were coming from a different direction from where house was.
The confusing bit was that it was literally as if he'd burgled the garage and then were running back with the stuff he'd taken.
They've come from this direction carrying obviously this slow TV and a load of booze that looks like it's probably come from that garage. But they've come round there and then they've come on here.
Suddenly, Pete gets a message on his earpiece. It's about the man Andy's been chasing.
They've got him, so I think he's on here. Yeah, they've got him.
Where'd you get that stuff out of? Your nana's?
Nana's me here.
I won't say I've heard every excuse or every reason for people being out at the dead of night carrying stuff that quite clearly has been nicked, but you get quite a good idea, really. I think general public would also think that, hang on a minute.
Ben, isn't it?
He was one that were running that stitched out gear that we need to go back to that's in garden. He ran straight across in front of us.
How's your shoe gone?
No, he's gone walkies. I ain't done no wrong. Can't just go around chasing different people, can you?
But the cops are convinced they've got their man.
I've been a victim of a couple of burglaries. It's not nice. It's not nice at all. And you want these kids catching, and you want them dealing with.
The man is full of excuses, even when it comes to his balaclava.
What's that? It's not very good, is it? You got it on back to front, fella.
It's my neck warmer.
Is it?
Yeah.
Looks like a neck warmer. Looks like a neck
Oh,
warmer.
is it all the way over my face now? It's something around my neck.
Go and sit down.
Did you see it over my face now? It's something around my neck.
There's an element of luck to it, but if you're looking in the right places, you tend to find that sometimes, at least a few times, you'll pop up in the right place at the right time. And it's good when it happens.
With 2 suspected burglars under arrest, it's been a good night for Pete and Andy.
Lost the shoe, haven't we?
My knees are knocking now. Can't believe I was asleep 5 minutes ago.
Oh dear.
As the new day dawns across the county, thousands of commuters take to the roads. In the next 24 hours, more than 60,000 vehicles will travel on the A1 between Doncaster and Pontefract.
The A1, we talk about it as though it's a motorway, but it's a long, long stretch of dual carriageway, but it is one of the main arterial routes from north to south, and an awful lot of people use it on a daily basis.
PC's Debbie Collinson and Matt Hemingway are leaving their Wakefield base to start their 10-hour day shift.
I like to drive. If I had a choice, I'd be driving. I didn't join traffic to be a passenger in a car.
This morning, they're answering a call to an accident 10 miles south of Pontefract.
It's 8 o'clock on a Monday morning, so it's a busy time of day. If there are any blocks in the carriageway, it could cause quite a few problems for people getting to work.
The rush hour traffic could also cause problems for the cops.
Every second that we're taking to get there, there's more and more cars building up, and if it takes us so long to get there, there can be massive tailbacks before we even arrive at the scene.
Even with blues and twos, Debbie and Matt struggle to be noticed by other drivers.
It's a problem that you get when you're responding to a job on motorways, that people are not always looking behind them.
Seen us now. You know, you're behind somebody, you've got your blue lights and sirens going, you're flashing like a Christmas tree, and the people just aren't moving out your way. Use your mirrors.
Yeah, just a further update from highways. I'm not sure if this is South Yorkshire or West Yorkshire. We've got
The accident is on the opposite carriageway,
See you update them. Are you going to carry on or are you going to pull?
and it's already causing huge delays.
Yeah, we just passed it now. I confirm it looks like both carriageways are blocked. There's quite a tailback.
An ambulance on scene.
We couldn't see.
It didn't look like there were anybody there yet. There's an ambulance responder following us.
Problem we've got now is we're going to have to come back through all that traffic.
Oh, this could be fun. It's just 2 lanes is this part of the A1, and the hard shoulder is intermittent.
I need to be in middle way. It's just better in middle because you've got a bit more to play with.
With no hard shoulder and traffic at a standstill, it's now down to Debbie and Matt to force a route for all the emergency vehicles.
It's like the parting of the Red Sea.
But the clock is ticking.
It could be over 30 minutes now since the accident were actually reported to us, and there's no emergency services there yet. Lots of people out there.
No, I can see carnage. Something smashed up there, isn't there?
Finally, Matt and Debbie push their way through.
There were cars everywhere with bumps and scrapes and wheels missing and things like that. And that's the first thing you notice as you roll up is, you know, wow, what's happened here? Who's involved?
Hey up! Are you all right? Is everybody okay?
What have we got, lads? Where are you from? The white one? Everyone okay? Anybody injured?
No one's been hurt, but one driver's in shock, and 3 vans and a car have been involved in the accident.
Everybody was all right, everybody was stood at the side of the road, so we could move on from that. But then there's a different pressure for us. It's a busy motorway, so we've got to start thinking we need to get this open as soon as possible.
With the A1 blocked and traffic rapidly building up behind them, Matt and Debbie need to figure out how to clear the road fast. 30 miles northwest, just off the M62, lies Bradford. Like all big cities, it has its share of problems.
There's drugs, there's prostitution, and there's violence, just like any other city.
In the west of the city, officers Andy Barron and Lindsay Pickles are responding to a report of a group of men seen fighting with baseball bats on a suburban street.
This taxi driver's point to something.
I just got the inclination he would try to tell us something, just with a simple headlight flash. So I started really looking at everybody that were in the area at that time, all the people, where were they looking, what were they doing.
Stop here. Something's happened here.
There's no sign of a fight, but a witness points to a silver Audi about to take off.
What we're looking for?
This car now.
Lindsay, get back in car. It's this one here coming out. This one here. Go, go. They're going to back off.
The Audi is accelerating away behind them.
They're backing off.
Follow 0, vehicles making off Thornton Road. The Audi.
Who broadcast that?
Oh, Blade. Martin were coming to it.
Luckily, another motorway cop, Martin Willis, is on patrol in the area and joins the chase.
As the car's making off from us and we're turning round, he hears the description of the car and sees it coming directly towards him. He managed to get directly behind it.
Lindsay loses the Audi, but then spots Martin's unmarked car as it turns into a housing estate.
Tango 5-1, we're behind you. We'll take commentary on it. Interrupt.
Where's it gone?
As they turn into a cul-de-sac, the Audi is cornered.
Yeah, vehicle stop.
Turn it off or we'll ram you. Turn it off!
The vehicle actually come to a stop. I don't think we had any sort of anticipation of the gravity of what had actually happened.
We're on Middlebrook Drive. Middlebrook Close.
I'm going to cuff you while we search you, all right?
No problem.
If there's no problems, we'll take them off again.
Hey?
Yeah, nicked my tools as well.
Nicked what tools?
Plumbing tools. More tools? You went to
Come and have a seat. Come and have a seat back of our car.
Look what's in it then. Look what's in it.
We had no idea why it had made off. We knew that there were multiple people inside it. Didn't know what sort of threat we were looking at.
Just have a seat in there. Have a seat.
I mean, the priority in something like that is to be very assertive and get control of everybody very, very quickly.
5-1, have you got a divisional unit, please?
Right,
to
stand
join
there.
on Middlebrook Close.
Have you got
We've
anything on
4
you
or
you
5
shouldn't have?
males detained.
Anything that's going to hurt you or hurt me, right?
No.
4 men are in the car. 1 is covered in blood.
Right, OK.
Romeo, Tango.
Males with baseball bats fighting or something similar.
The cops don't yet know what's been going on, but as they separate the men, the driver is left alone in Lindsay's car.
Hello?
And while their backs are turned, he answers a call.
Listen. Couple just gripped me. Man. Oh.
Outside, Andy's talking to the man covered in blood, trying to find out what's happened.
You have a seat back in, please.
I'm not sitting there again. Let me sit on the grass or something. I'll sit here.
Fine.
Right, what's your name, fella?
I had the perception that they've had an argument and they've taken a quick chase to try and just avoid us. The main thing is you keep an open mind. It's dangerous to be complacent. You keep an open mind, anything can happen, and quite often does.
Right, tell me what's gone on.
Well, I seen the car before they seen me. And I put my tool bag in someone's garden and I asked to rank police. And then, literally 2 minutes ago, well, 5 minutes ago, they started beating me up. And one of them took the spanner thing out of my toolbox. I can't even think, man. My basin spanner, started whacking me with spanner. One of them started biting me, one of them started pulling my balls. And obviously, when he's whacking me with that basin spanner, I was saying, I'll just get in the car,
So, when you say someone whacking you, who are we on about?
Driver, well, punching me in the face.
This
kneeing
driver?
me and biting me, yeah. He's looking more. That couple's come in time.
The report of men fighting in a street is turning out to be just half the story. Until the cops find out what's happened, they have to rely on witness accounts to help build a picture.
Just in all the confusion and all the different things that were going on the log, we had a further call from somebody stating the males getting bundled into a silver Audi.
So have you ended up in this car?
Obviously there's 3 of them, they just ended up throwing me in car. While I've been in car there,
yeah.
This one on that side, he's had my basin spanner saying if you move, I'm going to hit you with it.
So they've basically abducted you?
Yeah.
Right, I'm with you.
He went very quickly in a short space of time from being a suspect in a vehicle making off to being the victim of a serious crime.
120, thank you.
Airedale 2?
Yeah, they're saying that... the sound of it, this lad's been bundled into the car.
Yeah.
It looks like the cops arrived just at the right moment.
In the 7 years that I've been a roads policing officer, I've certainly never come across that gravity of kidnapping or any kidnapping. I really am glad we were there at the time, because if we'd have taken a wrong turn, we just wouldn't have been behind the vehicle at all, and they'd have got away and done whatever they intended to do.
While the cops continue to unravel exactly what's happened in Bradford. Back on the A1, south of Pontefract, PC's Debbie Collinson and Matt Hemingway are racing to clear the car and 3 vans off the dual carriageway. More than 6,000 vehicles use this stretch of road every hour, and the blockage is threatening to cause gridlock as far as Doncaster, 8 miles away.
Not only is that road blocked, people then start coming off at the previous junction and trying to find alternative routes around the accident, which then causes traffic chaos off the network.
Every minute the road remains shut, up to 30 vehicles will join the jam, adding 2 miles to the growing tailback every 15 minutes.
You're all right there, mate, on that. Don't worry about wing mirror.
People late for work, people late for appointments and job interviews, and people missing trains, missing planes. All this happens just from a couple of cars bumping into each other.
Even clearing one lane would make a massive difference, but that's easier said than done.
We might be able to shove it actually. We'll give it a try shoving it first and then... We're just trying to get the vehicles out of the way so we can get at least one carriageway opened up.
Spinning over and get it off separate from this.
Debbie and Matt are running out of time and are forced to plunder the damaged vehicles for equipment to remove them.
Is anybody driver of this? Do you know where you towing eye and stuff is?
Sorry?
Towing eye.
No.
Have you found it, Eddie? You've not found it, no?
We're just trying to find a hooking point. This chap whose van it is, the towing eye, is in the back. Can't get the back doors open. So we're just trying to secure it best we can through the underneath of the car and then be able to pull it out of the way and then we can move the other two vehicles.
Okay. It's jammed up like that.
As soon as you've established nobody's injured, it's getting everything cleared as quick as you can. That's why everybody mucks in, tries to get a vehicle out of the way. We managed to do that fairly quickly, really, from considering that there were 5 vehicles all sandwiched together, and just open one carriageway up, which means that we can try and clear this tailback now and get people onwards on the journeys.
It's been almost 40 minutes since this accident blocked
start moving. It's such a relief. Having been there myself, and you know, you don't know what's happening, nothing's going anywhere, so we do try and get things moved very quickly.
Come on, we're waiting for you to go.
All right, chill out.
With the A1 open again, Matt and Debbie can finally relax.
Can you imagine seeing that when you're screeching down motorway? Prepare to meet your God. Big pile up in front of you. Prepare to meet your God.
Just off the M606, in a quiet residential street in Bradford, Lindsay and Andy are questioning the driver and passengers of an Audi.
At this moment in time, we've got 3 occupants of this vehicle under arrest on suspicion of abduction. There's also a gentleman in the vehicle that's alleging that they've bundled him into the vehicle, and he is injured. He has got injuries. We've got an ambulance en route.
In the back of Lindsay's patrol car, the driver of the Audi is getting increasingly agitated.
When you say you know them, then you know of them.
At night again,
Is there some more history behind this, or do you think they were just attacking you for your toolbox?
No.
Because it seems odd that they've bundled you into
robbed him the other week.
Right, that's what it sounds
He
like.
thinks it's me.
Right, I'm with you.
As 2 of the men are taken into custody, the Audi driver gets back on the phone.
Me, we had with me in it. We gripped him, but I thought about the Maria, yeah, but got him in the Gadid Marvel and bro gripped us. 1 second.
But this time, Lindsay's noticed he's up to something.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, yes. So we're getting arrested or something.
Just give us your phone, fella.
It's on the log phone. Already.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have. No.
Standing turn to face the cat.
As he's searched, he's still got plenty to say to his victim.
Muppet! You got a problem? Look here. Faggot.
Shut up, because you're not impressing anybody, are you? Just making yourself look a
Impressing
clown,
his
aren't
mum.
you?
Lad. Faggot.
What do you think would have happened then if we hadn't stopped to you?
Oh, look at that crackhead that did lead. Try to chop me up.
You think they'd have chopped you up?
Oh yeah, I know they would have done.
They were going to kill him by whatever means and dispose of him. That's his perception of what was going to happen.
play the hard man all you want, but you don't worry us.
I'm not being the hard man.
My mate's robbed him apparently. For a bag of weed or something. But you know what pride's like. When someone's ruined your pride, you've got to build it up, haven't you?
You're not important.
The guy that had been bundled in the back of the car feared for his life, absolutely feared for his life. And the driver and the other two had absolutely no concerns as to what they'd done at all.
We've certainly been hitting him with his tools or weapons of some sort, but we think it's tools. You said
My blue basin round, that's all I could see.
Right, and where's that at the moment? Was that in the back of the car with you?
A what, lover?
A basin wrench.
A wrench.
It's like we used to tighten taps, so you can't get it.
The cops have the victim's account of what happened, but they need to find hard evidence to build a case.
I think, Lindsay, once we've got everybody where they need to be, we're going to have to go back to that garden and do a search of everything. Have we got it? Right.
So I'll leave it in situ.
Leave it in situ, we'll get it photographed by Soccer. I've asked for the vehicle to be picked up anywhere.
We'll leave that there as is now, because it needs a good search as is.
Everything that he tells me, I can't just take as the truth. I have to verify and make sure that what he's telling me is credible. Just photographing things on car that show that clearly there were a struggle. You know, there's footprints where there shouldn't be footprints. Things like this here. His fear was that they were going to get abducted and chopped up. The driver's in possession of a Stanley knife in the driver's pocket, so he needs to be spoken to about that as well at some point.
His fears of being cut were quite founded, really, when you see the Stanley knife in the front of the door and how agitated the driver was. He was angry. I don't think he was just angry with the fact that he'd been caught. I think he intended to harm the rear seat passenger, definitely.
Although he's been rescued by the cops, there's still the danger of reprisals. But to secure a conviction, Andy and Lindsay must persuade him to help the investigation. It's 1 p.m, and on the M1 south of Wakefield, motorway cops Phil Stonebanks and Ray Terry are racing to join colleagues chasing a stolen truck.
24 hours a day, there's always a vehicle being stolen somewhere. There's as much a market for trucks and plant equipment as there is for stolen cars.
70, we're just approaching junction 40, we're about a minute or so behind them.
9 times out of 10 we get stolen vehicles broadcast and they're never seen again, they're just disappeared into the ether. So for someone to actually sight a stolen vehicle, it's a bit of a rarity.
Speed is 55 miles an hour. As soon as we've got this other unit behind us, we're going to attempt to stop the vehicle. Just passing 1 mile marker now for junction 38.
Our other unit's directly behind it now. They've not made any attempt to stop the vehicle. It's just travelling at normal speed. They're just waiting whilst we get down with it just before they attempt to stop it. And we've been asked to wait until the helicopter's overhead as well.
Phil and Ray are just minutes away when more information comes in from the lead patrol car.
This vehicle had another vehicle behind it with another road rover on it and a little trailer.
Check this second one here. Yeah, 7-1, that's us. We're just coming up.
With the target truck in sight, the police are ready to strike. But stopping a truck of this size isn't easy.
7.5-ton tipper truck can do a lot of damage, and if he decides he's not going to stop, then we're potentially looking at being seriously injured.
They've called in air support to help.
So lifted about probably 30 seconds ago, so hopefully it shouldn't take him too much longer to get here now. Once he's got overhead, then we're going to try and stop the vehicle.
With the helicopter on its way, Phil runs a check on the truck they've just overtaken.
That one is registered to in Rotherham. Insurance is held, MOT is current and we have no report.
Yeah, received. There is livery on the vehicle to that effect, over.
The other truck checks out, so Phil can focus on the one ahead.
Can you tell us where the stolen vehicle was stolen from, please?
It was stolen with keys in Mexborough.
Everything is now in place, and the cops coordinate a plan to stop the truck.
36. 70 to 71, we're going to try for the stop here while we've got the opportunity if you want to move up.
Yes, you got a slip road coming in from your left-hand side here. Someone, we've got a near side indication, vehicle stopping. Yeah. Have a word.
Stolen outside value, okay? Well, I know, but you're in the vehicle, alright? So at this stage, you're under arrest for suspicion of being involved in the theft of the vehicle. As are you.
Just stick these on for a moment, mate, just till we get to the bottom of it all, alright? Right, just come and have a seat in the car, mate, we'll get it all sorted out.
Everything went fine. We made no attempt to stop the car until we had sufficient units around it. South Yorkshire were fully aware of what was going on, so they had units up ahead. We had a vehicle behind us doing a block to keep members of the public out of the road, helicopters above as well. So had none got to plan, we had everything, all the bases covered that way. But as it turns out, when we put the blue lights on, the vehicle pulled over and everyone was compliant about it.
Are you known to the police at all? Ever been arrested or any fingerprints taken? Right.
Before taking the prisoners into custody, Phil makes one last call to the control room.
We got one in the back of our car and we just did some more checks then just to find out the circumstances under which the vehicle had been stolen.
The driver of this vehicle is stating that it was reported stolen in error. But one of the people who work for the company had taken it home.
The owner of the vehicle had turned up at work one morning, noticed the vehicle was missing, so assumed it had been stolen, but obviously, unbeknown to him, one of the employees had taken it home the previous night. You get that? Just passing it out over our PO channel now, saying it was reported stolen in error. Yeah. I'm sure there was quite a huge sense of relief. Certainly with the lad in the back of our car, the expression on his face when he realised he wasn't getting arrested, he was a happy bunny.
Agree with him.
Shall we keep him just for good measure, shall we?
With him,
Do you want him, are you sure? We had to let him go. There you go, mate. Have a good day, thank you. We do get vehicles that are reported stolen and sometimes they just don't get cancelled on the computer, so we do get some false alarms from time to time. So they're quite happy, they've gone on the way and it's something to tell the mates in the pub tonight.
Back in West Bradford, a police van arrives to take the Audi driver into custody. Despite his situation, he's as cocky as ever.
Open the door. Could I get a drink, please? I'm really thirsty.
Get your drink. We don't have drinks on us here.
I'll go buy me from the shop then. What's wrong with you? I'll pay you.
Just want some details. He's 112 at 16:05.
What's the offence?
Abduction.
Just 1 second.
And he's going to be in possession of an offensive weapon as well, because he's got...
The driver's taken into custody, but not before he's committed yet another offence.
All right, the reason you've spat all up. You're also under criminal damage. I needed a drink. I couldn't swallow. I couldn't swallow. You're disgusting.
Oh. Clearly it has no care or consideration for anyone in what he was about to do, and that just clearly showed it in the back of the police car. No respect whatsoever. He just didn't care at all. You're also under arrest on suspicion of possession of an offensive weapon as well. Okay. Yeah.
With the suspects off the scene, Andy can concentrate on winning the trust of the victim.
So it sounds like you've had a lucky escape then, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, I'm telling you. Trouble just seems to follow me around.
We quite often find victims of violence reluctant to help because they have a mistrust of the police. They have some sort of feeling that we're not there to help them, that we're not going to protect them, and that if they talk to us, it may make things worse. it may make the suspects come after them again.
Yeah. Ring that number and tell my girlfriend I've gone to hospital.
I will. I promise I'll do that.
The victim's statement is crucial, so Andy must make sure he'll help the cops with the investigation.
But please promise me that you will not change your mind about cooperating with us.
Definitely.
Give us a statement, any intel that you can give us. We don't have to give your name for intel, you can do it anonymously, but we need to take people like this out of the picture because they're going to kill somebody. It could have been you tonight or it could be somebody else tomorrow, but if you don't cooperate with us and we don't get the evidence...
Claire.